As you're homeschooling, because there's 20 years in here, let's be honest, you're going to deal with death in the family, possibly divorce or marital problems, financial problems, pregnancies. All these things don't get in the way of homeschooling. They become part of the lesson. So let's talk about that. I know a lot of moms who would start to go through a hard time and say, "Oh, I got to put the kids back in while we deal with this." That's the worst thing you can do. And here's why. Your children are going to go through these exact same trials when they're adults. So, what better education than to do it alongside an adult now in their childhood perspective and work through it together? My children, we had a 2-year-old death in the family, and my children really that hit them hard. They were young at the time. But what did we do? We served that family. We helped with the funerals. We worked on things. We served. We did. We stopped homeschooling for a few weeks. We mourned. We cried. We served. We worked. And what did they learn what to do when somebody dies and when it's tough? We had they've had watched their grandparents die. What did they do? Watch their mother or father mourn. They helped with funerals. We put them to work showing what to do, how to comfort others, how to comfort yourself. Those were all lessons of being human. When life gets hard, you teach them and focus on humanity, how to be a human being. That's the lesson. When mom's too pregnant and tired and throwing up to be able to do a lesson that day, maybe all you learn is what you do when a woman's throwing up and pregnant that day, or just had the baby and hasn't slept. What are ways you can help? What are shifts we're going to have to make for a while until mom's back on her feet? These are all life lessons, and they're vital. Part of the reason we're not as equipped to handle tough situations like mourning, surgeries, scary moments is because our parents sent us to public school and dealt with them on their own. And we came home to tight lips and no information. And so here we are at this generation going, how do I handle this? Getting your children out of the house is not the answer. Including them is, because they see the tension and feel it. They see the hurt in parents' eyes. They hear what's going on. But if you let them fill in the pieces that you're not giving them, it could be 10 times worse. So make sure you're communicating with your children, answer their questions. Don't give them more than they need. We know that, right? If they can ask the questions, then they're ready for the answer for the question. Make sure that trials, heavy trials in your life, are hit and touched and handled together as a family. Don't throw them off so you can deal with things. Handle them together. Yeah, sometimes it's going to be a little heavier than you want to give them, but your kids are stronger than you think. This is how we teach them how to be human, how to be adult, how to handle the rough things in life so that when they get older and these things hit them, they don't wonder what's wrong with them. They know it as part of normal life. And how much stronger will our children be? So make sure that you're including them in all those rough times.